What's up, everybody? Katie Barrett, online instructor with Show Up Fitness internship. I teach programming, which is one of the main things that personal trainers struggle to grasp. But we have made it very easy for you to understand how to program for 95% of the population that we train as personal trainers. I'm going to break that down for you right now. So we start with, let me step over here. We start with our core patterns of movement, all right? There's 8 of them. We have a squat, which is a knee dominant pattern of movement. Our hinge, which is our hip dominant pattern of movement. Unilateral, meaning one side of the body, so for instance, a step up. Into a horizontal push, which is a horizontal adduction of the humerus. If you want to know more about that, we offer tons of classes to help you understand the different planes of motion. We have a horizontal pull, which is humeral abduction, vertical push, vertical pull, and our jumps and transitional, all right? So when you're designing a workout, we will hit at least 6 core patterns of movement per workout, depending on your client, depending on their goals, depending on where they're starting in their fitness journey, if they have any type of injuries or contraindications. Well, we're going to go over all that in just a minute. So these just lay out the different patterns of movement that we program, okay? Then we go into our 9 checkpoints of human movement. So when we're talking about a warm-up, all right, starting our workout, we usually start with a 3 to 5 minute warm-up. Everyone's different, so we have to be able to adjust that. But we're going to go through our 9 checkpoints of human movement. So our ankle, our knee, our hip, our lumbar, thoracic, and cervical spine, shoulder, elbow, and wrist. So when we're warming up our clients, we want to make sure to hit all of these joints in our warm-up. And Travis actually has a great video. He's another online instructor, has a great video on a great warm-up that he uses for most of his clients. So moving over here, when we design a program or a workout, which, you know, you'll design the workout first, and then the program kind of goes based off of where your starting point is, you're going to select 2 core patterns. And anytime you see a workout written as such, like 1AB, that's going to indicate a superset. So depending on how you write your workout, you're going to do about 3 circuits of one of these supersets, and then you're going to move on to the next set, and then you're going to move on to the next set. But once again, we have to write, no workout plan is fit for everybody, so you're going to have to assess your client and where they're at. Josh has some great classes on regressions and progressions and the different patterns of movement. So once again, we offer tons of classes on that as well. So we're going to pick, based on our client's goals, we're going to pick our core pattern that we're going to start with, and we're going to insert that here. So for an example, let's say our client is a 35-year-old female who wants to grow her glutes and who has no injuries or contraindications. So we may start with a squat pattern. So let's go with a goblet squat. And for beginners, we like to start in the rep range of 15-ish, 12, or 10. Usually we'll do, a set of 15, a set of 12, and a set of 10. And we're going to increase, the weight, which is called one form of progressive overload, increasing the weight each set. So we may start with 15 body weight squats to strengthen the connective tissue, ligaments, and tendons. The next set we may go up to 12. And the last set we may do about 10, increasing the weight each time, if that's appropriate for the client who's in front of you. All right, so she wants to grow her glutes and she wants to tone, we're speaking the language here, she wants to tone her upper body as well. So now that we've got our squat, we're gonna go with a vertical push, because when I think of a woman wanting to tone her upper body, I think she wants nice shoulders and nice arms. So we're going to go with a dumbbell military press. And once again, assessing where our client is, we may start in the 12 to 15 rep range, 10 and 8, maybe increasing the weight each set. And then we move to our accessory. Okay, so an accessory is your client, something that they like to do. So if they just really love to do banded lateral walks. With the intention of meeting that client's goals, we might throw that in there as an accessory. Now this is where you get engaged with your client. You may hold the band. You may toss a ball to her. You may, give her a stop-go command. You might give her tactile cues. So let's just throw in here banded lateral walks. And let's just do 3 sets of 20. All right. So then you're not compromising the integrity of the main movements, the multi-jointed exercises that we're putting first. We're not compromising where we can create force with that, because we all know that is going to get us the best results. So we're still throwing something in there that they like to do. We're still throwing in an opportunity where we can engage with our clients. However, we're not compromising the main work, right? So then we're going to go to our second choice of core pattern. For women, I usually start with the lower body, because you'll see women, usually that's their goal. They want to, grow their booty. They want nice legs. Upper body usually comes with a secondary goal, and that's totally fine. So what we're going to do is incorporate a hinge, which is a hip dominant movement. Let's just say this is a beginner client. We're going to start with a floor bridge. And we can add a dumbbell to that, or even a barbell, but starting off with someone that I've never worked with, I want to see where they're at. I want to assess them as we're going through the workout. So we'll do floor bridges with a dumbbell, 15, 12, 10. Once again, remembering that we are strengthening that connective tissue and preparing our body for the upcoming months of work that we're going to do. The first month is usually just to get that client acclimated and strengthen their connective tissue. All right, so we're going to pick another core pattern here. We're going to do our horizontal push. So let's say a dumbbell bench press. All right, once again, 15, 12, 10. That's generally the rep scheme we're going to stay in. And then we're going to do a trainer engage accessory. I'll just say that my client really, really, absolutely loves crunches. This is where we're going to throw that in. All right, so ab crunches. All right, and we'll do 15, 15, and 15. I generally stay within that same rep range for our accessory exercises. If you want to get involved or incorporate progressive overload, then you can adjust the rep range. Normally, when you see the reps go down, you'll see that progressive overload mechanism going up. So the weight going up, time under tension going up, things like that. All right, so for a beginner client who may be deconditioned, this might be enough work for them, and they're gassed and they're done. Once again, as a qualified, knowledgeable trainer, you will know if your client is just completely destroyed. In that case, I might just stick with 2 sets, okay? And then we will aim to be able to do 3 sets within the next couple of weeks or within the next month. But once again, you just have to play with that and train the person in front of you, not the program. So if we have a client who's handled this work really well, we're going to go to our third circuit where we have our third core pattern, which would be lower body. Starting with the lower body, we're going to go to a unilateral. So let's do a step up. Add weight if you want to. 15 is going to be a lot for a unilateral exercise, so just play with the reps. Let's start with 12, 10, and 8. All right? And then we're going to pick our other upper body core pattern, because we want to switch lower body, upper body. While that lower body is resting, we're doing an upper body workout. And we can do a horizontal pull, let's say a seated row. All right, 15, 12, 10. All right, and for our last exercise, this is where you can really kind of, you could even do the 3 and the A, alternating from 3A, 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 do 3 sets of that. And then that last set, you could do 5 minutes. This is where you would get your burn in. So maybe a 5-minute jump rope, or 5 minutes of a rower, 5 minutes of some kind of cardio activity, 5 minutes of something. You could challenge them. But once again, this is where you can have so much fun. Training does not have to be boring. It does not have to be completely militant every time. This is where you might just, see something at the gym and say they really like to do ball slams. Okay, we're going to do 5 minutes of ball slams, as many ball slams as you can do. This is something that you as a trainer are going to get to know your clients, and where you can add that fun. So this is basically how I program for 95% of the people that I train, general population. It's going to be a lot different if you're training an athlete or if you're training someone that wants to do a competition or something like that. It's going to look completely different, but most of us are not training people like that. So if you have any questions, I teach programming class every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can always reach out to me on Instagram. And I have a YouTube channel as well. You can also find me at the different seminars that Show Up Fitness offers. If you can make it to one of the seminars, that hands-on training is going to be your best bet. The most bang for your buck is getting that weekend. We have several coming up this year. Starting in Los Angeles, we have a super seminar. So if you want more information about that, let me know. Shoot me a message, abovethebar.fitness. Shoot me a message